Spacey Sims, and we're back with more Color X Malice Unlimited, and we're starting Chapter 2 of Sasuzuka's Route. So, fun fact, the game does not save that you start at Chapter 2 when you start Chapter 2. Okay, so, I was like, oh, we started Chapter 2, so it should be in the menu, you know, where it had Sasuzuka Chapter 1, it should have Chapter 2 there, because we start... No, it absolutely does not, so I had to skip through all of Chapter 1 again, because I didn't save right here, because I figured it was going to save, because we just started Chapter 2, but fun fact, there you go. Now you learned. Maybe it only does it when you're completed, or after you've made a choice, I don't know, because it was... Chapter 1 was there when we... Anyway. So it does not do that, but... Because when I originally started this, I went back to the save that we made right before we put in the password, because I was like, look, we used a guide, we know what the password is. I want to figure this out. So I figured it out. And I'm not going to go back to that screen, but if you're looking at it, and it was what I was kind of thinking anyway, but I was like, I can't sit here and count on my fingers, A, B, C, D, because I don't know what number in the alphabet each fucking letter is. And people are like, oh, well, if you say number 16 and they know, well, I have to count A, B, C, D. I'm going to have to figure it out, okay? A is 1 and Z is 26. That's about as far as I'm going to fucking get, okay? Can't reverse engineer shit. It's no, I can't do it. But that's what I was kind of thinking when we were doing it. Like, the first line was like, what? Number 23. Like, I have 26 friends. We knew it was letters. Okay, I'm not dumb. We figured that out. 26 friends, 26 letters. Okay, got it. But, like, the first line was something like, because I looked at it enough, it should be like, what, number 23 appeared and N disappeared, and then we clinked glasses. Okay, right. I have no idea what the we clink glass is, and the one was like, we had a nice chicken dinner, or the chicken was good, whatever. I got a hole in my sock. I don't know what any of the fuck that means. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I don't know if it's supposed to help you. I don't fucking know, and if someone knows, tell me. Okay, because I was like Googling, like, what the fuck does this letter mean? Like, I don't know. But like I was looking through it and I'm like, okay, here you go. Well, 23 is W. So you write down W and then N. Okay, well, I wrote down N and I crossed it out. Okay. Then you go through each letter number appears. You write down the letter it coincides to, right? And you cross out the letter that disappeared. Well, sometimes they're not there and sometimes they are, whatever. So you get to the point where, oh, W disappeared. Cross off the W. You keep doing that, writing down every number that appears. You write down the letter it coincides with, and you cross out the letter that disappears if it's there, blah, blah, blah. You keep doing that. And eventually, you're literally left with the letters for hero. It's just it's R-H-E-O, and technically, E will disappear. And I think, if I did it right, and if I remember correctly, because I wrote it down and I was figuring it out, there already is an E shows up and disappears multiple times. I think so, and I think E will disappear if you actually, I think there is actually 2 E's at one point. You cross off the first one and then you still have the second one left. So yeah. But again, I don't know what the hell the other things are supposed to, like, we clink glasses. Okay. I don't know what that means. I mean, there's a W and an N and those are the letters and you drink wine out of glasses. So okay, you would clink glasses if you're drinking wine. Sure. I don't know anything else. There was only other one. It's like when H appears, T will disappear. And then it's like slow and steady loses the race or something like that. It's something that makes me think the tortoise and the hare, which is like T and H. And those are the letters. Those are the only things that I'm like, am I supposed to do that? Is that supposed to help me figure when all you have to do is write down the letters that coincide? Unless it's supposed to help because it's supposed to be in English. So maybe in Japanese, it's more confusing to just be like, number 26, and they're like, fuck, I don't know, fucking English alphabet, you know what I mean? Where us, it's like, okay, I just write down the number, count, okay, that's this letter, that, you know what I mean? You can count on your hands and figure it out, because we're used to the fucking English alphabet, even if you don't know what number 16 is, I don't either. You know, or if like, when they're like, number 3, and you're like, A, B, C, okay, it's C, you know what I mean? Like, if you're like me and you're not that smart about corresponding numbers and letters. But it must be harder, maybe, in Japanese, if you're saying like number 23, and then so maybe those other hints help you figure it out, like, oh, okay, you drink wine out of glasses, and, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's the only I can think of. Literally just thought of that now. I don't know. But, you know, tortoise and the, H is hair. Okay, tortoise and the hair. But again, would you know that fable? You know what I mean? That's like, it's an Aesop's fable, right? I don't know. So I don't really know if those are supposed to help or not, or what they're supposed to do aside from like maybe just add a little more mystery and make you confused, but literally just write down the letters that correspond and then cross out and then you're left with the fourth. It's fine. Granted, we had a guide, so it's not like we needed to figure it out. But for me, I wanted to figure it out. I'm like, okay, that's something to do with the numbers, with the letters. Okay, I get it. Well, if 26 friends, there's numbers, those coincide to letters and whatever. We have the guide. I can't sit there and try to ponder it for 5 minutes while we're recording, but I pondered it for 5 minutes when we weren't recording, and there you go. That's how you do it. So fun. I just wanted to do it for my own sake, I may know the answer to the riddle, but I still want to figure out I'm going to reverse engineer that fucking riddle so I know what it is. It would drive me crazy. It's still going to drive me a little crazy being like, is there a purpose for that last sentence? I don't know. Anyway, we're starting in chapter 2, but that's where I was, and I was going to do that and show you that, and then I had to skip through chapter 1 again. And I couldn't figure out why my skip button wasn't working because I'm just dumb and I didn't know which one was the skip button, but anyway. Or I think I clicked the wrong thing and I had fucked up my setting. Anyway, so here we are starting chapter 2. Okay. I took a deep breath and sighed. Steadying my breathing, I took a hold... My breathing? My breathing. I took a hold of the doorknob and turned it. Pardon me. Use your inside voice. You're going to disturb the neighbors. Why bother announcing yourself anyway? You know how many times you've stayed over already? I like it. Keeps the experience fresh. Fresh. Sasazuka looked like he wanted to add something. I held a duffel bag in my hand. I'm assuming... Okay, we're at his house then. Look, the hallway looked the same. I thought we were going to our house. But it is like a day or two later, right? So he went to Kazuki and asked him something about us. Was he like, I'm taking your sister away to my house for a couple of days. But we've stayed over, so it's not like... Look, I thought he was going to be like, look, I'm going to propose to your goddamn sister and we're all going to live together and you're going to shut the fuck up and deal with it. That's what I... And then Kazuki would be like, the fuck no! No, it's not fair! I don't want to! They basically have the same fucking personality and voice. Anyway. Where should I put my things? In that room. I don't know much furniture, so just make your nest wherever you want. Okay, wait, my nest? This certainly wasn't my first time visiting Sasazuka's home. Between the end of last year and now, I'd come over many times. Still, it means something different today. After all, today we would... They allow pets here, so you can stay whenever you want. Who are you calling a pet? We hadn't lived together before. Let me rewind. 2 days ago, Sasazuka had sent me a text message. At the time, I was watching a news program with Kazuki while eating dinner. But what are we doing with our apartment? Let's move in together. Is this some new prank of his? Well, someone pointed out, so I didn't realize this. And I don't know if I didn't realize this in the first one at all, but she sleeps in the fucking living room? She gave up her bedroom to Kazuki? I don't know why I just assumed that she had a 2-bedroom apartment. And like, even though we see this as like her living room and then this was the CG that was kind of the background for her like bedroom, I just assumed that she had a 2-bedroom apartment. But it does make sense that why would she have a 2-bedroom apartment if she was living by herself and then all of a sudden her brother showed up and lived with her? You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, convenient, I have a 2-bedroom apartment. That's why you get a 1-bedroom apartment, so people don't just show the fuck up and decide they're going to stay with you and be like, you got the room. I don't. I have a 2-bedroom apartment, but if people showed up, I can stay with you. You got the room. Does it look like I got the room? I don't have enough room for my ass in this 2-bedroom apartment, okay? I got a lot of shit. Fuck off. Nobody would ever come to my house to stay with me like that because, I'm just salty and nobody likes me and nobody wants to stay with me. I like it that way. That's better. But anyway, so, but it never really occurred to me that she sleeps in the living room. So, like, are we going to pay for... Am I going to, like, split my time? Like, am I a part-time parent to my brother now? What's going on? Well, we're going to find out, but anyway. I didn't think anyone would blame me for suspecting that. Oh, come on, Spacey. You're the one who always tells me to get off my phone while we're eating. Sorry. Sasazuka just sent me a prank text saying that we're moving in together. Oh, that. I heard. What? It's happening in 2 weeks, right? He even came over to tell me in person. It's good timing anyway. I was gonna stay over at Ashiki's to work on our new music for a few days. I'll get out of your hair after I use the bathroom. Wait, Kazuki, this is the first I'm hearing of... Look, normally, Sasuzuka's type of character, I'd be like, fuck you, just tell me what I'm doing. But I love him. God damn, I love him, and it's kind of fucking amusing to me. I don't know. Sasuzuka and I had talked about moving in before, but this was just too sudden, and I hadn't expected Kazuki to be on board with it. To be honest, I was worried about leaving Kazuki by himself. You don't look very satisfied. Let's call this off then. I never said that. I've been wondering when we would finally live together. But this was so sudden, I suppose I wasn't quite emotionally ready for it yet. Also, we've only been dating a couple months, so as me, we're just moving together. It's only been a few months. Okay. That's why it's just a glorified sleepover. Who knows how many years it might take until your heart is ready. I just can't stand leaning on you any more than I already have. Leaning on me? What are you blushing for? Stop your imagination from running wild and get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, but I don't want I'm here for a sleepover. Let's have a sexy pillow fight. He chuckled, then tapped my duffel bag. What's with this huge bag? I'm trying way too hard. How do you plan to hole up here? I love how he's like, we're moving in together. And they're like, he's like, it's just a glorified sleepover. Jesus, God, why did you bring so much shit? What page are you on now? I'm confused. God, you change personalities more than I change underwear, and that's saying something. We even have a lot of necessities. In fact, I didn't bring enough. How many? Wait, what? Besides, this is way more than you need for 2 weeks. This looks like you're in for the long haul. That's not my intention. I just don't want to impose on you too much. I don't mind, though. What? Don't make me say it twice, stupid. I said I don't care. You can stay here forever if you want. Aw, look, and he's being adorable! It was similar to when we first met, but far kinder this time. Sasuzuka's arm reached around and pulled me in by the neck. He was so close that there was nothing to do. There was nothing due to resist. For me to do. To resist. There was no... I don't know. I can't resist. There you go. Good enough. I'm not moaning. I could, Takeru Sasuzuka. What is going on here? I'm assuming, I suppose he's saying, I could, and then he's just kissing us. His lips softly pecked mine, then pulled away just as quickly. So, okay. Tim needs to lay off the fucking crack when he's working. While I was left wanting more, I knew that I was already his prisoner. That was a little housewarming present. Consider it your rent payment. Stop looking so greedy. You'll make me want to keep going. Well, I mean, I do owe you for the water and the trash pickup, and pretty sure I'm late on some credit card bills, so if you want to take that from me too. Hello, Repo Man. Didn't know we were playing this kind of kinky fantasy, but sure, that's the role-playing you want to do. I'm not looking greedy. I'm feeling it. Why don't you take a look in the mirror? Of course, I didn't dare do that. I could tell how hot my cheeks were without even touching them. 1 minute into our cohabitation, I was already staggering from his dominance. Sasuzuka extended his hand to me. I know this is late coming, but I'm looking forward to it, Spacey. Oh, he's being so cute. Look at his little baby face. He's so adorable. God damn it. Even if the line came off a bit stilted, I was reminded that Sasuzuka had changed greatly since last year. He had a warm, genuine smile as he said it. Sasuzuka extended a warm hand to me in greeting, and he barely resembled the young man who had been desperately pursuing criminals just months ago. I slowly took his offered hand, its warmth flowing into mine, and nodded. Yeah. I know we have a long road ahead of us, but I look forward to life with you too. What is this, a wedding? Oh, no, that's not what I meant. I was trying to respond to you properly. Oh man, this cracks me up. It went without saying that he teased me with this moment for some time afterward. What is this, a wedding? Yes. I live with you now, forever. You're stuck with me. Never ask a woman to move in. We're never going to move out. I'd stayed over at Sasuzuka's home numerous times already, but it was a new experience for us to be actually living together, only for 2 weeks. Then, one morning... Considering the fact that this is your house. Like, are you watching TV? I'm trying to sleep. I mean, at least we have a bedroom. Should have been like, why don't you live with me? Because I have an actual one-bedroom apartment. You only have a studio. Sasuzuka, it's morning. Come on, get up. 5 more minutes. No, you'll barely have time for breakfast at this rate. Well, give it to me then. Then I'll wake up. Give you what? I hesitated. Sasuzuka still refused to open his eyes. Give him breakfast, baby. Yeah. He probably meant... Fine. If you promise to get up. I needed him to get out of bed regardless. I took a deep breath, then approached his pale face and pecked him on the cheek. I trembled slightly as his eyes fluttered open. How cute. What's this? Are we doing it in the morning now? What? Well, it seemed like you wanted me to give you a good morning kiss to wake you up. That's code normal, and it's funny that it's like, well, we're going to do it in the morning. Oh my god, what? It's light out. Spacey, let me sit you down and have a conversation. I think it was pretty obvious that I was talking about my morning coffee. What? Still, he got out of bed and continued to tease me as I made breakfast. I feel like I'm wondering, though, like, what? No, I thought you wanted me to give you a kiss. I just wanted to kiss you. I wonder if she'd be in secret shady just so she can get kisses. Because that's what I would do. Anyway, tell me something, Spacey Hoshino. Oh, you want to know how I'm slicing these? I try to do them 3 centimeters at a time. No. How I measure them, then? Between 5 to 15 cc's. Not that. Well, if you're not sure how I deal with all the oil, baking soda is pretty good for... Alright, cooking maniac, shut up. I'm not asking for your culinary tips. What I want to ask you is why I have to stand here in an apron holding a ladle helping you scoop scum off the top of this pot. The hell is this apron anyway? It's all frilly. I saw the arrow pointing to the apron and I was like, oh my god, did we actually... And then it talked about the apron. Isn't it cute? I think you look great in it. Ugh. A man in a frilly pink apron. How sexy. Okay, you asked for it. I'm not letting you sleep tonight. Oh, I look forward to it. I didn't have a spare apron. You did this on purpose. It's the one you always wear. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't fight the temptation to see you wearing it. We a little devious. I love it. You're lucky I'm in a good mood. Anyway, why am I the one who has to do this? You have 5 seconds to convince me. Because if you leave the scum on the top, the meat will taste gamey. 4, 3, 2... Because I want to teach you how to cook. It's about time of day to prepare dinner. As I answered Sasuzuka's question, I pointed to a corner of the kitchen. Okay, so here's the weird thing. It's time to get up. Now we're cooking. Dinner. What? What? Are we preparing dinner so that it's waiting for us when we come home? Are we doing this at 8 a.m. or do we skip time? I don't know. I've been thinking about it for a while. If I don't change your usual diet, it's going to come back to haunt you someday. My finger was directed towards an overflowing trash can. Candy wrappers and discarded instant noodle cups threatened to spill out onto the floor. The bin was particularly full of the latter, and evidence of Sasuzuka's poor diet whenever I wasn't around. That's not true. I already told you that I'm keeping a better eye on my health. Give me an example, then. A year ago, I'd eat instant ramen 3 times a day. Now I'm on a rotation of instant ramen, instant udon, and instant yakisoba. Yakisoba. And I supplement it with donuts when I'm still hungry. That's not something to feel satisfied about. My hunch was right. I just couldn't leave this guy on his own. This is kind of cute. I didn't plan on making him give up instant food, but his diet was a nutritional wasteland right now. Anyway, I plan on teaching you to cook meals from scratch. Food's food as long as you can eat it. Doesn't matter who makes it. Besides, you'll cook for me for the rest of our lives, even if I can't do it. No! I was frustrated that Sasuzuka was in control of the conversation, but I shook my head emphatically and pushed a daikon radish into his hands. That's enough! You're gonna grate this radish! This isn't over. We continued making dinner, Sasuzuka grousing all the while. I like this. You're gonna cut this radish. I'll make you pay later. Okay. Oh gosh, no, please. Please do not have sex with me all night long till I can't take it anymore. This is why we make him cook. That should do for the dishes. We took our time washing the dishes, and then I checked the clock. It was past 9 o'clock in the evening. Sasuzuka had gone to take a bath first, and I decided I was done for the day as well. living together. It still didn't feel quite real, but doing house chores together like this was oddly exhilarating. Okay, here's what I'm saying. So, okay, it's weird. Okay. It's weird to think that, okay, I guess because you're showering beforehand and then you get in the bath and then somebody else gets in after you. Does save water, but it's still gross. I would never get in the same bath water with somebody else. I don't care. But, like, okay, hey, thanks, Mom. I'm going to get in the bath after you. No. I don't care how clean you think you are. That's dirty bath water. Like, people have problems with taking a bath. Like, oh, you're stewing in your own, like, skin juice. And then you're going to go after somebody else? Ew. Like, I just, no. But look, okay, all right, I get it. It's a societal thing, okay? We don't do that, okay, fine. But they do. So he took a bath first, she's gonna get in after. Why don't you just take one together? You're both gonna stew in the same fucking water. You might as well snuggle in it together. That's why you have a big bathtub and you take baths together. You really want to conserve water? Then it's nice and toasty warm as opposed to, hey, it was hot for me and now it's ice cold. Good luck with that. That's have fun freezing your nipplies off. Good job. Like, you had toasty testes and now I'm going to have numb nipples. Great. Thanks. Awesome. Psh. So I'm just saying, you might as well shower together and take a bath together and really conserve the water. It still didn't feel quite real, but doing house chores together like this was oddly exhilarating. Just a mere 6 months ago, we'd been complete strangers. But somehow we'd ended up living under the same roof. Like Sasazuka said, this was just an extended sleepover, but maybe it would truly feel like home one day. I'd warmly greeted Sasazuka as he came home from work. Hey, done with the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right there. I put my wandering imagination on pause and headed to use the bathroom. Oh wait, is this it? Is this it? Hell yeah, it is! I've known this CG was coming for before we got this game. I saw it a long time ago. And it was like, wait, what? That's in the fan disc and we don't get that? And now we get it. Thank you. When I did, I was greeted by Sasazuka's pale-skinned body along with the fragrance that tickled my nose. Ugh, I hate drying my hair. It's such a pain. We just get to stare at him dripping wet and topless. There you go. Have fun with that. This is what they're talking about the fan service. Yeah, look, if men get games with girls who have tits bigger than their head, we're allowed to get shirtless, dripping wet men. Okay? There's some Hakuoki fan discs that don't exist in English. And I have seen some of these screenshots of our Hakuoki boys dripping fucking wet and topless, and it's... I mean, I don't think it's fair that we don't have it translated. I don't think I could handle it. But I'm just saying, the more the merrier. Hi, there you go. Just enjoy this. His normally unruly hair was dripping wet. I'm gonna read slow for you. There was a small towel draped over his shoulders. Beads of water traced his surprisingly toned muscles as they ran down his... The sight took my breath away, and I stood there like an idiot with my mouth agape. What are you staring at? Sorry. Okay, look, we've boned this man before. Okay, so this is... What are you staring at? Dessert. Wink, nudge, nudge, go in the bathroom. I'm all talk. I'd be like... I wouldn't even be able to mutter out a sorry, okay? I hurriedly averted my eyes and turned away from him. At least put a shirt on before you come out. What are you talking about? It's what I always do. Who do you think you are, dictating what a man wears in his own house? Nudity isn't fashion! I heard a snicker behind me as if he was enjoying my flustered reaction. Okay, we've had sex with him. We've seen him naked. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't, when he's dripping wet and you're like, I'm just enjoying the view, but being like, oh my god, I looked at him with no top on. Oh, why do we do this? Like, why are we such a wallflower that, like, we've been married for 20 years? I know, but the idea of you naked just makes me giggle. I'm not giggling like the, yeah, kind of way, but more like the, oh, it's so awkward. Like it's the first time you're seeing him shirtless. I mean, I think we've seen more. If the light's always off and we don't get to see anything, because that's not as much fun, but okay. That's better for some of us that people don't see us naked, but like, you know, Everyone in these games is hot, so it's fine. Then, a patter of footsteps approached, along with the warm scent which tickled my nose. I love we got the CG again. Gotta say, I'm a little shocked that my girlfriend won't even make eye contact with me. That's not the problem. Your protestations don't mean much when you've already seen it all before. Okay, yeah, I was like, what the fuck just happened? Yes. Say we've already seen it all before. All of it. Thank you. Takeru Sasuzuka! Oh no, that was us just I thought we were exclaiming his name. Okay, this is what's happening. This is getting weird. Okay. When you've already seen it all before, and then it's us, and we're just, and then he's saying, I thought we were exclaiming his name. Like, how dare you? Like, you know, middle naming him, but you've seen it all, felt it all. Oh, God. Sasuzuka paused as if he was deliberately giving me time to recall the memories. He peered in my eyes. And I've seen you, too. I kept glancing at his bare skin, which dredged up embarrassing memories of being encircled in those arms. You just took a bath. I can take another one later. Wait, I should shower first. You don't need to. Stop thinking. Just focus on me. I mean, I don't know how she can't. How are you not focused on him? He's dripping wet and half naked. I mean, it's just... And he's gonna get real naked real fast. I don't know. He doesn't even have buttons. It's just whip that shit off. I mean, just saying. I stopped resisting and gave in. It was another day. Look, I don't want to read it, but I kind of want to read it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be forced to read it so that I can go, oh God, this makes it so awkward. I don't want to read it. Yeah, that's what I want. But anyway, it was another day. Let me sleep tonight, please. Huh? I said, let me sleep tonight. I mean, I'd waited until there was just enough time to wash up and get ready for bed before firmly stating my feelings. Lately, I've been losing sleep because you keep me up so late. It's your fault. Uh-huh. You mean You don't need to go into detail. Yes, you do. Detail. Detail. Preferably with your shirt off, thank you. Take your shirt off and tell me the details. So today I'm going to get into bed and we'll both have a good night's sleep. I'll tolerate no dissent. No. I made the little donut in my head. Don't look at me like that. I said no. Fine. Sasuzuka gave in with a dissatisfied scowl and I climbed into bed. Good. Going to bed first then. You're going to wake up and he's going to be like dry humping your leg or some shit. He seemed sufficiently cowed, so I felt I'd be all right. Admittedly, I felt the tiniest bit lonely, but that was subdued by sleep as soon as I lay down. Good night. With the relieving knowledge that I could sleep like a log, I drifted off into slumber. Or rather, that was the plan. Something's squirming around. Oh, God! Sasuzuka! I thought you agreed not to do this! Huh? When I said fine, I meant it was fine you going to sleep. Not that I was fine dealing with this by myself. Oh my God! You fucking bastard! This is not okay! Sasuzuka, this is not okay. You go to sleep, I'll just do what I need to. Did I? No! No means no! Put it away, you pervert! Look, we love him, but holy shit. It's funny only because I'm slightly traumatized by this. Like, dude, that's not appropriate. I love you if you were any other character. Well, except for Shiraichi. But I'd probably be like, well, back it the fuck up, pervert. And I'd probably be mad. See, this is where I'm like a terrible person. Because if it's character I don't like, I'm like, fuck you, you creepy pervert, pervy McPerverson. Goddamn rapey McBastard, right? But it's a character you like, and you're like, I mean, I guess it's really wrong, but we'll forgive you. Look, full of contradictions, okay? I'm not saying that. Sasuzuka! You're such a liar! I pushed away his hungry hands that were grabbing at my clothes, then mushed one hand into his face that was right in front of mine. When I did, he suddenly stopped. You don't want it? I wouldn't say that, but... It's fine as long as it doesn't show tomorrow, right? But... I'll listen to your complaints tomorrow. Not fair! This doesn't sound like a very healthy relationship. I love Sasazuka, but this is starting to... Wait. That was how our unconventional life together had gone. You try to sleep, he gets molesty, he starts touching and feeling. You're like, pushing him away. You don't want it? I mean, I guess. Still, I got to leave home every morning with the man I loved and go to bed with him every night. Oh, I don't actually sleep. That simple fact made me so happy I couldn't help but accept him with all of his flaws. Yeah, he's a horny fucking bastard. Instead of see you later, we said, I'm off to work. Instead of pardon the intrusion, we said, I'm home. Slowly, we learned to adjust our habits to our new situation, and life went on. You need a one-bedroom apartment, though, so, like, you know, you don't have to go to bed at the same time. Or try to sleep in a room that somebody's awake in. I can't do that. Hello, you've reached the SRCPO. Hello. Was there a traffic accident last night at the intersection in front of the ward office? I was there. If I'm not mistaken, I saw the stoplights for both directions turn green at the same time. That's not an X-Day incident, is it? Like when they controlled the traffic lights back in November? I was worried it might be happening again. I understand your concern, sir. I'll have our traffic division follow up on your case. Do you mind providing additional details? Hello, you've reached the Special Regions Crime Prevention Office. Hi, is this the police? When Shinjuku was still under quarantine, I never got any foot traffic. My business dried up. Lately, business is moving again, but what else are you doing to help us? Are you going to compensate honest business owners like myself? Yes, okay, sir, whatever. Yes, sir, we have a dedicated desk for cases like yours. Please hold. Wait a minute. My business dried up because we were in quarantine, so how are you going to compensate me? Bitch, you have foot traffic now. Shut up. Call the government. It's not my problem. How's it the cops' problem? It had been roughly 4 months since the resolution of the X-Day cases. Like, hi, we're all in quarantine, and that's the government's job to fix that shit, not the cops. Well, they're not going to do fucking jack shit about it. Although the quarantine had been lifted, our jobs hadn't changed much. Although Investigations HQ had been disbanded, SRCPO had been left intact as the police's point of contact for Shinjuku residents. We provided counseling and reparations for Shinjuku, although we'd even been tasked with gathering intel on weapons smuggling in the criminal underworld. There was no shortage of work to do. Recently, I'd even begun supervising a recent academy graduate. It was so busy that I was losing sleep lately, although I didn't dare complain about that. I was losing sleep! It's not because of your job. 5/8/043 p.m. I've got a patrol tomorrow morning, the neighborhood crime prevention coaching in the afternoon. It's a good chance to teach him the ropes. I'll ask him to come with me. Oh, right! I was like... she's mentioned Mochita. I was like, I forgot about Mochita. I totally forgot about him. Oh! Now I remember you. How's the rookie doing, Hoshino? I don't remember the voice we gave him, but whatever. It was noon, and I just finished my morning assignment. I've been going over my lesson plan for the rookie on my computer when Mochita stopped by to check on me. I'm glad he turned out to be a good student. There isn't anything in his file that worries me either. Is 12 noon? I thought that was like midnight. I thought like 100 hours was 1 a.m. Is that 1 p.m.? Look, I don't know the 24-hour time, but... Because technically 12:01 starts a new day. So you would think that would be 0 hour of the day, right? 0 hour, 1 minute. So that showed 0:43. I don't know how you say that, right? 43, not noon. That would have been 12 a.m., not 12 p.m. Anyway. I'm glad he turned out to be a good student. There isn't anything in his file that worries me either. I was like, we're working late. Good. You should give him something new to learn then. Keep giving him more work. It'll help him grow faster. Yes, sir. I was going to have him come with me for my Crime Prevention Directive event tomorrow. Crime Prevention Directive? The Tokyo Metropolitan Police's initiative to inform the people on crime prevention. They also teach lessons about traffic safety, evacuation during disasters, etc. In recent years, they've also gotten retired police officers to give lessons to the children of the region. Right now, you can receive the fan cell phone strap as a gift with your participation in an event. How cute. Mochita nodded agreeably, then looked slightly apologetic. Oh, sorry about that. That was supposed to be my job tonight, but... But no, it's okay. It'll be a good experience for him. You should go home soon, Mochita. We wouldn't want your wife to worry. Aren't you and your wife expecting a second child soon? Oh, how cute. I love that they actually, like, give a fuck. He's not just a character. You're like, oh, right. Oh, because I do remember, I'm like, oh, I do remember him always talking about his wife and shit, though. You were like, they're so cute. Yep. So excited to find out if it'll be a boy or a girl. Hey, what should I name my kid? Everyone always tells me I suck at coming up with names. Mochita always beamed with joy whenever he talked about his wife or child. While I listened to him talk, my thoughts naturally drifted to my relationship with Sasazuka. Would we eventually be like this one day? Oh, God! I can't imagine Sasazuka procreating. Look, I love him, but I just can't imagine that. Would we live together, get married, and have children? The two people in the game... No, the three... Yanagi would probably be the safest one to get married and have kids with. Not that I want kids, but I'm just saying. Shiraishi with children? Oh, God, he might sell them. Or, like, I don't know. Sasazuka would perform psychological experiments on... He would literally be like, what are you, stupid? He's 2! Stop! Okazaki's crazy. He's sweet, but he's crazy, so I'm not sure. And Enomoto is too much of a child on his own, but would probably actually be okay. He's probably the second one that you'd have kids with. The other, Sasazuka might be a better dad than Shiraishi. I'm not really sure. Those both are, look, they're my favorites, but they're kind of on the bottom of people you should have kids with. I'm just saying. They are like under me for people who should have kids. Okay? I should not have kids. I know. I can judge people who should not have kids, and they should not have kids. I don't know how that's going to work. Anyway. Would Sasazuka someday speak just as happily to his colleagues about his family? He wouldn't be Sasazuka if he did, though. Would he? Leaving already, Sasazuka? Obviously. Got an angel waiting at home for me. Right. Didn't you mention you have a kid now? Are you curious? Of course you are. I'll make an exception and show you some pictures then. Check out that adorable face. Only an angel could look this cute. And those tiny hands clinging to my fingers. It's not his voice, because he's not supposed to... My reason for living right there. Nope, no way. I'm imagining a complete stranger, not the Sasazuka I know. Thank God. Is it even possible for Sasazuka to dote head over heels for his own child? Well, my imagination went and twisted itself into knots. Someone tapped me on the shoulder and greeted me in a carefree voice. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Did we not? Wait. Sayeki, what the fuck are you doing here? Did we? Okay, look. I know that you know that I know that we know that Sayeki was fucking basically Adonis. Okay, he's 0. Okay, we know this. It's not a surprise. But did we not find out in Sasazuka's route who he was? Maybe we didn't. Because, okay, look, we knew. I know we knew from a certain point in the beginning. We were like, Sayeki's shady as fuck, right? He's somehow involved. Like, we knew, okay? It wasn't not like, it was like, yeah, there's something about him that's just, okay. I may have even spoiled it for myself. I don't know, but okay, we knew for a while, but maybe we didn't find out in Sasazuka's route. Because, like, Sasazuka's ending, right? No, it wasn't until we got to Shiraishi's that we literally unraveled the whole mystery, right? Or did we do... Because I thought Shiraishi was the one you had to do last. Because he knew everything. Because otherwise... Because he was a shady son of a bitch, right? And that explains why in Sasazuka earlier saying, like, Shiraishi was quote-unquote on a sabbatical instead of fucking disappeared because he was part of Adonis. Right? He only went to jail and... Right, okay, never mind. I'm confusing the routes. But this is just... I'm sorry. This just knocked the wind fucking right out of me. Like, Sayeki, what the fuck are you doing here? What? Okay, I guess in Sasazuka's route, we did not discover that he would... That would have ruined the whole game, to be honest. Okay, alright. But shit, man. Talk about me forgetting shit. Like, I was not... I don't remember his voice, but anyway. Hey, Hoshino. Long time no see. Sayeki! Hey, I heard you took some time off for family reasons. Is everything all right? A colleague I hadn't seen in quite some time was standing there. Okay. Since the new year, he'd apparently been on extended leave to deal with a family inheritance issue. But here he was, smiling as always, with no indication that he was having family troubles. Yeah, everyone's still trying to make sense of things, but it's calming down. I think we're gonna be okay. That's good, but take care of yourself, okay? You can always come to me if you need help. I know I can count on you. Thanks. Actually, I heard that you made contact with some of those Adonis people last year. That must have been rough. Oh, yeah. Sayeki might have been on leave, but he was as well-informed as always. He was around when we had the collar on and stuff. Like, when did he disappear and saw Suzuka's route? Because it's like... Well, I guess if you're saying... Are you saying he's been on leave for 6 months? That's a long time to get leave. Can you... What the fuck? What kind of slave labor country do we live in? We don't get 6 months. I got to take some extended leave. That's like, all right, so you're trying to take your 2 weeks vacation and then you're coming back. No, but I need to... Yeah, I know. But like, when your family member dies, you're like, I mean, I guess you got manager approval to take 5 days. 5 fucking days. And that's literally for a parent or grandparent. It's like your parent or your kid. I'm not even sure your grandparent counts for that. You're like, so like, my mom died, and so I gotta take 3 days. I mean, I had to get a manager approval and talk to HR to take 5 fucking days when my dad died. And this motherfucker for a family inheritance gets 6 months? I hope it was unpaid leave, you bitch. Especially because I know what you were doing. Holy shit. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway. While I couldn't go into details about everything that had happened, I also felt that I couldn't hide it from him. Adonis's base got raided, and that's put an end to them for now, so I'm okay. That's why Sayeki was going, look at him! Look at the shady look on his face! I hope so. I'm pretty sure we still don't know everything about what those bastards are planning next. Anyway, I'm glad that life is peaceful for you again. He's so shady. Oh, Sayeki, listen to yourself! Even if the X-Day murders are over, that doesn't mean Shinjuku is crime-free. We have a lot of work to do. Oh, Shino's right. Maintaining the peace is much more difficult than attaining it. Of course, sir. Well, in the spirit of keeping the peace, I'll give it my all this afternoon. Okay, so like, he 100% is kind of the Finn character in this game, but I actually don't hate him. A little bit. And I don't remember how I felt about him in the first one. But it was like, you were like, you're a shady fucking bastard. I can't believe that you would do this to us. And he's a psychopath, but, you know, I can't really blame people for wanting a route with him. And, you know, and I mean, I can you kind of get it, I guess. You get to go, we're with the bad guys, but you kind of want the bad boy route. And I don't hate him. I should hate him. But like... Maybe I hated you in the first game, and I was like, I want to stab you in the eye, you son of a bitch! But, well, you let me keep Shiraishi as a pet, so, I mean, that's a point. And also, I've played Steam Prison, and I hate Finn so much that, like, I don't hate you anymore. There's no room for hate in my heart with Finn taking it all up. So, there's only so much room for, like, characters in games that I want to stab. And Toma might be getting moved. Look, that bastard put us in a cage, like, fuck that shit. But I don't hate and loathe him as much as Finn or M2, okay? Those 2 motherfuckers are going to drive me to become an alcoholic. Like, I want to drink right now just thinking about them. Sayeki doesn't piss me off. But it's been a while since we played the first game, but you'd think I'd remember how much I hated him. If I hated him that much, but I don't think I did, so... Or I hated him temporarily and I forgot, so whatever. Anyway, well, in the spirit of keeping the peace, I'll give him my all this afternoon. I returned Sayeki's whimsical salute, then went back to work. I mean, at any rate, he's a charming psychopath, I guess, so... So tired. Could use a nap. I'd somehow gotten through today's work and realized that my shift was already over. In the past, I'd typically collect my things and head back to my apartment. But since moving in with Sansazuka, he'd made a habit of meeting up after work. We had made a habit of meeting up after we both finished work and going home together. Going home together. We'd stroll in twilight streets, holding hands and chatting idly about our day or what to have for dinner. That's actually cute. The fact that those fantasies had become reality was an absolute joy for me. I texted him already, so I think he should be here soon. Hoshino? Oh, I missed her. Were you on the way home? Who are you waiting on? I don't remember the voice I gave her, but... Sakuragawa? Kotoho Sakuragawa. 27. Shinjuku Station Forensics. Kotoho. Sakuragawa. Who's Sakuragawa? And why do you look so disappointed? That hurts, girl. Sorry, I was in the middle of thinking about something. Uh-oh. In contrast to her fierce aura, Sakuragawa was actually loved to gossip about people's love lives. I often had lunch with her, so I knew how persistent she could be. I'd managed to avoid giving away too much, but if Sasuzuka shows up now, I have a feeling this could get really annoying. What, you can't tell her you're dating him? Hey, why don't we go talk over there? I don't mind, but why? We could just talk. We just could talk here. Just consider a bit of risk management on my part. If Sakuragawa found out that we were living together, I had no doubt she would seize onto that information and never let go. So I decided to go somewhere more private and explain things to her when... Who exactly is the bother here? I don't know who's saying that. Is it Sasuzuka? Yeah, it is. Sasuzuka! Pretty sketchy of you to treat your boyfriend like a troublemaker. Didn't I tell you to be upfront with people about our relationship? Well, yes, but we're in public. I don't have to shout it from the rooftops. Maybe I want to. I mean, we're already living together, aren't we? Are you saying that cops should be liars? Well. Oh, God. As your big sister, I think I just heard something that I absolutely cannot let slide. Oh, no. Sakuragawa practically pounced on me, her eyes narrowed in gleeful curiosity. I really did miss our side characters in this. They are so fucking great. I think you need to tell me everything. Over drinks and grilled meat, of course. There was no escaping her now. Yay, back to our favorite bar. Damn, I still can't believe you two are actually going out. The first time I heard it, I thought you must have threatened her into being with you. Shut up, you drunk. If you're gonna get hammered, do it on your own. I'm sticking you with the bill. And he even makes the girl pay. Boy, it's been a while since I met a jerk like this. I meekly sipped on an oolong highball as Sakuragawa gesticulated wildly with her pint glass. Oolong highball. The skewers and small dishes kept coming, an endless procession of fried chicken, gyoza? Horse carpaccio? What is that? That sounds terrifying. Are you actually eating something made out of horse meat? What are you, Canada? Beef tongue? Yakitori? I can't say anything about beef tongue, okay? Like, look, I want to be like, it sounds horrifying, but let me be honest. I think it's really hard to get, but when I was younger, like in elementary school and shit, right? Maybe middle school. Somewhere around that, not high, younger than high school, right? We had tongue a couple of times. And it sounds disgusting. You're like, what? Why? Ew. It tastes like ham. All right. So even though it sounds horrifying, you're like, beef tongue, what? It tastes like ham. It really does. At least that's what I remember. Remember not hating tongue. But it sounds disgusting. But it's actually kind of cool then when you go to school as a kid and you're like, we had tongue last night. And everyone's like, ah! And you're like, ha, 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 ha. Like, I don't know. It's one of those, like, what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? Tongue. Like, and not because, like, I was, like, on my tongue down somebody's throat. Like, no, like, actual, like, beef tongue, yeah. It's, like, it sounds disgusting. Look, I'm not saying right now, oh, yeah, totally fucking eat it. I would not buy it and fry it up and eat it. But, like, you know, if someone had it, I might be, like, willing to try it again because, you know, you kind of had like a hamish corned beef kind of a like, you know what I mean? It was like somewhere in that, like, corned beef is really like kind of salty, but like it was, yeah, I feel like I remember it tasting more like ham. So it's kind of like people are like, what does alligator taste? And I don't know. We used to have alligator too, like when you go out places. I lived in Florida! Of course you fucking ate alligator. I don't know if I ever had it though. I might have been weird. Might have been little being like, yeah, I'm not gonna eat alligator. Okay, I'll have tongue. Because my mom made it, so it was like, you eat what your motherfucker makes. So, anyway. But the horse thing. Ugh, horse? What? What happens if I'm made out of actual horse? That's gross. There's a line. Beef tongue is one thing, but horse, that's different. You ride horses and you keep them as pets. You don't fucking eat them. It's weird. All I could see were mountains of meat, and I definitely wasn't imagining them. And you even moved in together? I can't believe my trained eye failed to notice it. What's so great about this guy anyway, Hoshino? Okay, let me just tell you. Feet up on table. All right, so. Take your shirt off and get wet. Just kidding. Is that where we're starting? Because that's what I'm wondering the most. So what sealed the deal? His face? His cash? See, that right there is why you keep chasing off any interested guys. It was clear that alcohol was fueling Sakuragawa's persistent questions. In the face of her energetic interrogation, I paused. Well, how should I answer that question? Let her have it, Spacey. Tell her about how much we love each other, especially at night. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about that. And then she's like, oh, so he's good in the sack. I mean, if he was lousy in the sack, would I have stayed with him this long? I would have tried to train him at least. Sasazuka taunted me, grinning wickedly. Typical man. Yeah, tell her that we fuck. We have never had sex. I know, but I just want people to think we have. No, we have sex all the time because he can't keep his hands off me. We know this. Well, I was sure he'd stop me if I actually did as he said. He was certainly teasing me because he knew that I couldn't answer. He can be so mean sometimes. See, this is why I'd never date someone like Sasazuka, because he'd be like, come on, tell her how much we love each other, especially at night. Oh my god, so like the other night, you won't believe the stunt he pulled. Oh, shut up! Ah! Because I'd call his fucking bluff and he wouldn't be able to tease my ass. Anyway. Aw, come on! Give me a little morsel to go with this beer. I'm disappointed in you. You're supposed to be on my side, Sasazuka. It was hopeless. Right now I was the prey being, and I was hounded by two hungry predators. I was the prey, and I was being hounded by two hungry predators. Wow! Good God, Tim, did you get really fucking dyslexic or what? Jesus, I feel like I'm drunk. Playing this makes me feel like I'm drunk when I read some of these typos. Because they're like, the words are completely out of order. What the fuck happened? Partly out of resignation, I decided to answer, why do I love Sasazuka? Because I can rely on him, because he's adorable. We're actually supposed to say because he's adorable. Because he's adorable. What? I mean, look how cute he is. That's Sasazuka's biggest charm. Look at his face. I love it. Oh, his shocked, angry face. I repeated it twice for emphasis as the two of them stared back at me, slack-jawed. She's like, what? And he's like, like horrified. There was a good 10 seconds of localized silence in the otherwise tumultuous pub. Sasazuka took a sip of his lemon sour, then... Is something wrong with your eyes? His gaze was one you direct at a pitiable, crippled animal. If it isn't your eyes, then it must be your head. I know a good hospital you can visit. Why are you being like this? You started it. Are you sure you haven't had too much to drink? He was being a jerk. Sasazuka sighed, then turned to Sakuragawa. Say something, Sakuragawa. I've been thinking for a while that she's a weird way of judging people. Good eye, Hoshino. Huh? At first glance, you'd think his personality was created by God throwing verbal abuse, sarcasm, arrogance, and soda into a juicer, but he does occasionally show his cute side once you've known him long enough. Exactly. Completely agree. I do. Anything else? He's like, first you started complimenting me, and then you insulted me by calling me cute. Sarcasm, bitterness, you know. I downed the rest of my oolong highball in one gulp and felt the comforting warmth climb to my head. If that wasn't enough to do the trick, I grabbed a pint of beer and tossed it back. Good God, girl! Plus, there's that thing he does, like a hamster, when he's munching on his donuts. And when you embarrass him, he totally looks like a pouty child trying not to let it show. Right. I didn't mean for you to go into detail. And if I give him a pillow while he's asleep, he curls up into a little ball. When he comes home from work, he practically collapses to the ground. Each and everything about him is so adorable. Uh-huh. Good for you. As I gestured wildly with both hands, Sakuragawa looked away, smiled, and nodded. Sasazuka looked like he'd rather be anywhere else, and was munching on edamame, one bean at a time. So, Sakuragawa, what do you think is cute about him? Me? He's short? After that, I continued my fervent speech, which managed to make even Sakuragawa cringe. Sasazuka just kept on drinking, looking more and more uncomfortable with each passing minute. This is really good payback for him, but we are so getting it later. And by getting it, I mean his dick. But he thinks that's a punishment, but that's why we're doing it, right? I'll punish you later. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, oh god, no. We're so good at luring him into traps. Anyway, I think you've made it plenty clear that you're in love with him. A few more minutes passed before I finally calmed down. Sakuragawa rested her chin in her hands on the table now covered with empty plates. People should be free to pursue their own romance, and I don't want to tell you how to live your life. But there's one thing I'm sure of. You're absolutely going to suffer. Oh, I'm well aware of that every day. It's your job to deal with that as my girlfriend. Still, I'm so happy being with you that it more than makes up for it. You should lead with that, then. Well, the two words were unpleasant. He said them in a way that was not altogether... While the words were unpleasant, he said them in a way that was not altogether displeased. That was just me not being able to read. Yeesh. You should wait until we're alone before you say something like that. Stupid. Sasazuka mumbled while looking away. His cheeks flushed from too much alcohol. No, it's not the alcohol. After that, Sakuragawa and I continued to laugh as we kept watch over him. 5:10, 5:04 p.m. See, that makes sense, like 5 o'clock at night. So the other one, like, I don't know. Anyway, I'm actually going to stop here. We're not at the end of, oh no. Okay, we got a couple more minutes. We'll see how long this scene goes. We're not going to probably get to the end of chapter 2 today because, we still have one more choice, so. But we'll keep going. We'll read this scene and maybe go a little bit. All right, that's enough for today. You can go ahead and leave, Hoshino. I'll be out shortly after I take care of this mail, too. Thank you, sir. See you tomorrow. See? Easy. I'm just kidding. Now then. Sasazuka said he'd be coming home late tonight. What should I make for dinner? I mentally took an inventory of what we had at home and made a shopping list. Oh my god. Today marks a week since we moved in together. I was gradually getting used to this life as I adjusted my daily routine to it. Lately, cooking for Sasazuka had become so enjoyable I couldn't help but feel that even these normal days were true happiness. It's a little sad that we can only see each other at certain times of day, though. It was hard not to think that as well. I was wondering if our other friend... Hey, did you hear about Akito Sarah? That kid on trial? Huh? No, not Precious Baby Akito, no! Shh, shh, no! If Sayeki's free, so should baby Precious Akito. Stop. These words caught my ear. Remember how the defense wanted to plead insanity? Yeah, they were debating whether he was mentally competent enough to assume responsibility. Stop it, he's sweet and innocent. But Sarah's going to give a deposition stating he was capable of making his own decisions. Don't you dare, Akito! God damn it, listen to your mom. That means it's going to drag on for a while yet. But at least it'll wrap up faster than those other perps who keep denying everything. No, Akito, you poor precious baby, no. We needed to protect him. Oh no. What is our brother going to do without his boyfriend? Look, Akito is just so precious and sweet. I loved him so much. He was like, oh, precious little baby. I stopped in my tracks as I heard a familiar name come up as some detectives passed by. Akito Sarah. He had been one of the perpetrators of the X-Day crimes and a boy who had often spent time at my house. He had been Kazuki's boyfriend, best friend. I know it's his best friend, but like, fuck it. You know, goddammit, they were in love with each other. I don't care. I don't care what this game tries to tell me. They're in love and you can't deny it. Just let them have each other. Because Akito was still a minor, his culpability was in doubt, and the trial had focused on establishing his connection to the murders. As with the other X-Day cases, it would be a while before a judicial decision was reached, yet... I jumped as my phone beeped with an incoming message, and I took it out to check. The screen showed my brother's name, of all people. Aww. Is he bullying you? I'm okay. Sasazuka's very nice to me. Good. What about you? Are you okay eating by yourself? I'm not a kid anymore. I'll be fine. With that, the conversation ended. He's in high school. It was a short, utterly ordinary exchange between siblings. But now my heart was pounding with worry after overhearing that conversation earlier. After the X-Day incidents had stopped at the end of the year, Kazuki had gotten into a university. He was working towards his musical career with even more vigor than before. Okay, so he's at college now. Was he maybe like a little bit older than Akito? But it was obvious even to me that he was in a better place than he'd been last year. And he was doing it for his best friend Akito, who'd been branded a criminal. See? I'm sorry. You can't tell me that Kazuki isn't a little gay for Akito. He's like, I'm going to study music and live my dream for Akito. Oh my God, you're so gay. I love it. Oh, do it for your quote best friend. And by best friend, you mean you want him to be your boyfriend. Oh my God, I love them. I ship them so hard. It's the love that we couldn't have. Everyone else wants we need a Saeki route. No, I need a Kazuki and Akito route. I know we get the side story and it better be kind of romantic. I'm going to read gay into every bit of it. Okay, I'm not even lying. I just shipped them so hard and we've done it since the first game. They're precious babies and they need to be happy. Still, it's only been 4 months. Kazuki wouldn't be able to put his friendship with Akito in the past that quickly. No, because he's going to pine for Akito for the rest of his life. I can't tell just from texting him, but he might be feeling a little bit lonely. Maybe I should stop in and check on him once in a while. Yeah. It's only been a week. I think he's fine, but Sasuzuka didn't have to work overtime today, so he'd come home slightly early. I felt like our life together had become very familiar. We were eating dinner together at the table. Was this the fried chicken left over from yesterday? Yes, I decided to reuse it for something else. I fried them yesterday, but I figured you wouldn't want to eat the same thing again, so I tossed them in some sweet and sour sauce today. Ooh, sounds delicious. Not bad. I like these strong flavors. Sasuzuka ate the sweet and sour chicken with the side of vegetables. I don't know why his voice is changing, but whatever. He nodded in satisfaction, then helped himself to another piece. Then another. Still, seeing you transform leftovers like that to create new dishes, it's like you're a legit housewife. I just didn't want them to go to waste. Chicken is expensive right now, so it's best if we find a way to enjoy it without wasting any. I remember you were even finding ways to cook radish leaves. People usually toss that stuff. Radish leaves can be tasty when seasoned with furikake. They're more versatile than you'd think. You've got a receipt for the groceries you bought, right? Huh? Yeah, I should have it around here somewhere. Give it to me later. I'll pay for all the groceries. What? Why are you so surprised? I know food isn't free. You don't need to worry about it. Really, I'm the one who's staying over. Too bad. Remember I already told you before that I pay for the food costs. Or are you the type who likes making a man depend on you? No, stop twisting my words! Then I'll pay for it. End of story. Fine, I'll take you up on that. Even though I hadn't officially moved in, I felt that this had been a fair exchange of services. But when I saw Sasuzuka's smug expression, I felt it'd be boorish of me to belabor the point. Once again, I was reminded that he was truly a kind person at heart. I'll do my best to make your money worth it then. Eat as much as you like. Though I had to make do with what was in the fridge today, so it might not be enough. It's just right. I even bought dessert for us today. Dessert? My cheeks flushed slightly as Sasuzuka placed a Sasuzuka tapped a plastic bag that he had placed on the dining table. Wow! That's... Moving on. He seemed like he was in a good mood, so I decided to broach the topic. Sorry, Sasuzuka. Before that, there's something I'd like to ask you. After today, would you mind if I went home? What? I've been wanting to check up on Kazuki for a while. This is the first time I've left Kazuki all alone since he came to Tokyo. I'm a little worried about him. Worried, huh? Yeah, he might forget to take the trash out on collection day or leave perishable trash at home. He might have let the dirty dishes pile up in the sink. He might even have gotten conned by a door-to-door salesperson and subscribed to a bunch of newspapers! Who knows? Maybe he's just living in sin with a girl he brought home while his sister was out. He wouldn't do that because he's gay. Burakito, stop it. Stop trying to make my brother straight with your goddamn straight agenda. Living in sin? I'm kidding. Stop believing everything you hear. I mean, we're technically doing that, so we can't judge our fucking brother. You're like, what, you think he's gonna bring a girl home? No. And she's like, huh? Bullshit. He's like, I'm just kidding. I know you're kidding. His boyfriend's in jail. Sasuzuka pulled the plastic bag towards himself, then sighed heavily. Just leave him be. Your brother isn't a little kid anymore. It's not like he asked you for help, did he? Well, No, he says he's doing fine whenever he texts me. And stop fussing over him, being overbearing. But it's only been 4 months since the X-Day killings ended. A lot happened between Kazuki and his friend Akito. Can't help but worry. Kazuki and his love, Akito. Kazuki didn't let it show, but I knew that he wouldn't have bounced back quickly from the revelation that his best friend had blood on his hands. Still, Sasuzuka shook his head emphatically as he urged restraint. He accepted Akito Sera for who he is. At the very least, he's doing his best to move on. It's a difficult time. He won't appreciate you sticking your nose into it, even if you are family. I know that, but I just want to see his face, not lecture him. Besides, I already promised him that I'd go to his concert on the 13th. If I end up seeing him a few days earlier, what's the difference? I would just pop over, be like, I'm just going to pop over for dinner. Like, hey, I want to come over and make you dinner. Pick a day during the week, you know? There's a big difference. Going to his concert to cheer him on isn't the same as dropping in on him at home because you're worried about him. I know you aren't so stupid that you wouldn't have realized that. Okay, look. Family checking in on you. Just magically showing up at your house. Dear God, don't fucking do that. That stresses me out. My house is not clean enough. No. But like hey, we haven't seen each other in a while. I'm checking up on you. You want to do something, or I just popping in and text you and see how you are. You know? Sasuzuka's sharp words pierced me to the core, but I knew that he was mostly right. He was being strict with me for my own sake. Still, I just don't understand. How can you be so stubborn about this? This wasn't going anywhere. I stood up from my chair, grabbed my jacket, and walked away from him. But Sasuzuka also stood up suddenly and caught up to me. Oh! Don't run from me, Spacey. Wait a minute. It's like kind of drama music, but it's a little sexy drama music. I had to crank it up a little bit in my earphones because I can't hear it. It's very quiet. It's like sexy cop porn music. And don't disappoint me. Thought you'd finally started to fix that idiot brain of yours. Was I wrong? No. Okay. All right. You had me at slammed against a wall. Okay. Please goddamn put on fucking glasses right now, and then we're sold. He grabbed my arm and blocked my path, but I stood my ground. Sasuzuka faced me with a piercing glare that reminded me of the time we first met. Haven't you learned anything after last year? You smother him, he'll just rebel against you. I just want to visit him one time. You think that's suffocating? You're the one who's being too sensitive. I'm not going to abandon my little brother after he's finally opened up to me. It's not the number of visits that matter. I'm talking about your attitude. We can't trust Kazuki to survive for 2 weeks. What are you going to do even if you go home? Make him dinner and do his laundry? You're spoiling him. Fucking do that for me. I make your dinner and do your laundry. Yeah. But let me be clear, since you apparently still don't get it. Your worry serves no one but yourself. You act worried and you pretend to help when you just want to get closer to your brother. I mean, wow, Jesus, the shade. At the end of the day, it doesn't help anyone. You don't view Kazuki as an equal. That's not true. She kind of doesn't. Like, he's younger than me. He's also the first time living on his own, and it is like your parents or the people that are taking care of you, i.e. me, are going to worry more about you. So they are going to, like, text you more, hey, how you doing? You doing okay? Do you need any help? You want me to come over? Like, whatever, We're like a clingy mom. But we also know everything that he's been through, And him being angsty. So, yeah, I think she's a little more clingy with him. Like, he's been through a lot, and he finally opened up, and I don't want to lose it. I don't want to be mad, because Kazuki is the type of person to be like, you didn't freaking show up once in the 2 weeks you weren't supposed to be here. You never know with that fucking kid, okay? Is all I'm saying. He's very fucking bitchy. The remark made me spin away from Sasuzuka and march for the door. If you still don't understand after I've laid it all out, then go. I won't stop you. But don't bother coming back here. Why is he being like this? I slumped to my knees and stared up at the ceiling, exasperated. I thought that I'd finally gotten used to Sasuzuka's bristling personality, but his words stung far worse this time than they usually did. We were way over time and I completely forgot. In the end, I didn't work up the resolve to leave and stayed at Sasuzuka's apartment. All right, now we're going to end. I just realized I was like, we're going to stop this scene, and then we went to dinner, and then we came back home, and I still... like, oh yeah, we were supposed to end this a few minutes ago, weren't we? Anyway, I'm so wrapped up in this. We're going to stop here and we'll continue in the next part. So anyway, we'll continue with chapter 2. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.